all our lives. Kate nodded. As children, they had run wild during visits to the country. On school holidays, they had pored over globes and atlases and imagined being sent to the ends of the earth on adventures. They'd mourned together when all four of their parents had died in a shipwreck at the Cape of Good Hope, a location that had been grossly mislabelled, Kate thought. "I shan't be able to help you," Jerome went on. "I shall be rather busier in future." "Do you have a new position?" Her information, and his clever action on it, admittedly, had probably brought him a promotion. Kate tried to be simply glad and not envious. A young lady, no matter how well-born and educated and talented, could not go on diplomatic missions. As the world saw it, she was an ornament in embassies, companion to a man, her husband, and little else. "Happy to have helped," she said, with only a brush of sarcasm. Jerome moved from one foot to another in uncomfortable silence. Kate wondered what could be the matter with him. Jerome was the smoothest fellow she knew. "The thing is, Kate, I've offered for Emma Lyle. We're to be married in March." "Emma Lyle? That ninny?" He looked pained and offended. "She's a gentle, sweet girl who cares about me rather than my missions." "And will be no help on them?" "I don't require help, nor do I wish to be a counter on the board of your ambitions." He frowned and lowered his voice. "We are not compatible, Kate." Kate stood there, confused, until she realised that Jerome had assumed she'd been angling for a proposal. As if a woman could not associate with a man, offer him aid for any other reason than the hope of marriage. "You can't think that I'll work hard and devote myself to diplomatic work, argue the cases, hammer out the agreements. But when I finish and come home, I want a peaceful place. Emma will give me that."
"Peace is not brainless,"
Kate replied. At once she regretted it, the words and the acid tone. Jerome's jaw tightened. "Unfair, Kate. Very nearly cruel." She bowed her head. He was right. Emma Lyle was a kind, pleasant girl. She shouldn't have said that.
"I know.
You must admit that you are not at all suited for diplomacy."
"What?"
"Such work requires tact and patience and a convivial nature. You possess none of those."
"How can you say that? I do."
He raised a sceptical eyebrow. Patience was hard to master, Kate admitted silently.
"Grandfather said I had a quick mind and plenty of courage."
Jerome nodded. "Indeed, but you are also abrasive and foolhardy. You don't think before you speak, and you smoulder."
"Smoulder?"
"You're doing it now. You shouldn't look at a man that way. It makes people think you're no better than you should be." Kate was stunned. She had thought that Jerome liked her. Coming here, pulling me away from everyone else. He looked around uneasily.
"I didn't pull you."
"People will assume an intrigue, especially now that you are unsupervised." He shook his head. "You would be a disaster in an overseas embassy. Rouse all the wrong sorts of attention. You must find something else to do with yourself. I'm sorry that I cannot help." Jerome turned and walked away. His departure seemed oddly final. There had been quite a few such terminal moments in the last year, since her grandfather's demise. Kate raised a hand to her forehead. The movement was echoed in a long mirror on the wall. Jerome had been standing in front of it. Now Kate faced her reflection, a tall, square-shouldered woman with honey-coloured hair and violet-blue eyes, a reasonably fashionable gown, judged quite pretty by those who were supposed to know. She looked angry. As well she might after that. Is that what Jerome had meant by smoulder? She didn't think it was. Not at all. He'd practically called her a light skirt.